Film 15 on the road to 1000 was Jurassic World Rebirth. And I kind of hated it, which is par for the course. Okay, I liked Lost World, right? I love Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is a top 10 movie for me. Lost World was enjoyable. I saw Jurassic Park in theaters. I was 6, and then I saw Lost World in theaters and being so excited about it. It's one that hasn't quite held up over the years, but I still enjoy it. I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons. And then Jurassic Park 3 was the first one where I was disappointed. And then it's just been like 20 years of being disappointed by Jurassic Park and World movies. I hated all 3 Jurassic World movies. I thought they got actively worse and more insulting to the audience. I was kind of hoping that Jurassic World Rebirth would get back to it, but I'm not a big Gareth Edwards guy. I didn't like Monsters back in the day. I get why people were going crazy for it with the budget that it had and what it pulled off graphically, but I didn't like the story, and I wasn't a huge fan of the visuals, even though I respected what was accomplished with the budget. It wasn't how I would have gone about it, which, I'm never going to make a film probably, so that doesn't matter much. It's just, I was hoping for different choices. I don't like Godzilla. I disagreed with a lot of the choices in that film, both narratively and visually. He got fired off of Rogue One. And then the creator I also wasn't a fan of, even though the visuals in that one were also decent. It was one of those movies where it felt like you would get this visual that was cool for like 2 seconds when it was on screen, and then it would just cut to something else. And while that photographic quality can be really nice and makes for great photos shared on social media, it feels almost a little cheap to me, almost just like like you're handing people like a gimme, like, oh, here, I'll give you something beautiful for a second. Now let's just get back to story beats. It's not incorporated the way that the beauty's incorporated into a Kubrick film or a Paul Thomas Anderson film. So I don't vibe with what Edwards does. And then David Cope, the original Jurassic Park screenplay writer and a legend. He's written a ton of great stuff. I just haven't been that into what he's been doing recently as well, which is a little bit of a shame. Like Black Bag was cool, but it was a little like limited. Presence, I didn't like the direction that went. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, awful, like hated it. So I was kind of hopeful that you get the guy that did the screenplay for the first one, but I think that just goes to show how strong Michael Crichton's original text was, that even when you have the person who wrote Jurassic Park coming back to do another Jurassic movie, it's just not very good. And that was like the thing that bothered me the most about the film was that it had 2 modes. It was either completely derivative of the original, which is infuriating to me. One of my biggest pet peeves in film is when a sequel just repeats the beats from the original movie, or like a reboot like this, a soft reboot. It just repeats the beats from the original movie. I find it one of the most lazy things that a film can do, and it's the main thing that sequels do. Like, not sequels, but like sequels too, but these like reboot sequels do, is they just repeat the original beats. Like watching the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie, it's just repeating all the beats from the original Ghostbusters. And I get that you're trying to capture that nostalgia, but it's such a business decision, and it feels such like a pandering choice to make that I get infuriated by it, because it also feels unrealistic. I think part of what makes film so fun is that you're falling into the world, and when I'm so aware that the beats are repeating from the original movie for the sake of pandering to the audience, it takes me out of the film completely. So Jurassic World Rebirth was derivative a lot of the time, or when it wasn't being derivative, it was doing these giant set piece action sequences that felt so theme park ridey. that it also took me out of the story, because now I'm no longer in the story watching the movie the way that like a Pirates of the Caribbean managed to do the theme park ride set pieces in a way that still felt part of the story and was really exciting. Where this, it just felt like, hey, this is a blockbuster and you want something that's cool and big and exciting, right? So here we go. Let's have a bunch of action stuff happen. And now the characters all survive, except the person you know was going to get eaten by a dinosaur. Okay, see you next time. That's the other thing. There's like 12 people that survive in this movie on an island full of dangerous predatory dinosaurs. It's just like, okay. It's not that I need to see like a lot of carnage and mayhem. I'm not that like dark and black of a soul, but also at the same time, you have a bunch of like normies on an island full of dinosaurs, and they're all just outsmarting all the dinosaurs, every single dinosaur, all the time. What's with the Protoceratops that follows this girl around everywhere? I don't know. I hated all of it, just start to finish. Why don't we have better dinosaur movies? Why is it only that dinosaur movies are Jurassic movies or B grade, dumb, like awful, never had a chance of being good movies? Even 65 was kind of garbage. So I just don't understand why, when dinosaurs are continuously so popular and these movies rake in box office numbers, that nobody else is like, hey, why don't we just make a good dinosaur movie? We can do that. People will watch. People obviously care about dinosaurs. Why hasn't that happened? Why? Somebody who's like an executive at a studio, tell me. Is it just the CGI budget? Like, why? Just make a Turok movie. I don't know. Make a there's comic books. I don't know. There's something like I need to write a goddamn dinosaur movie and somebody make it, and then I can be like, ha, see? I don't know. Please, just somebody make a good make a good dinosaur movie. All right. I give this a 3 out of 10. See ya.